Yo, so I really have very limited time. let me say hello to everybody. What's going on out there in the land of YouTube? What's going on, YouTube-ease? I'm YouTubing with you right now. So listen, you know, a couple things real quick house cleaning, and then I'm gonna jump right into that. It is a federal offense for police to charge you with a crime if you solicit a trespass, and charge you with a crime if you are engaged in a First Amendment activity. And so I'm going to get into that, but first, a couple things. Number one, a big, huge thank you to my team of internal DLZ team who have helped me, because we are about to launch on a journey where I'm going to teach constitutional law scholar over the next several months. Studio, it's amazing. Things have really gone well, but that's because a couple of key people who have helped me to get this accomplished on the internal DLZ team. Thank you so much. I'm going to teach every one of you guys how to be a constitutional law scholar. Today is day one in that, because I wrote this thing down, but and I'm going to actually read it because I want to be crystal clear. That way you guys can take this video and you can run it by other people and say, is what this guy says true? Is what he's saying true? Well, let me just tell you something. What I'm about to lay out for you guys, it is a federal crime for police to solicit a trespass against you if you are engaged in a First Amendment right protected activity. And this News Now ninja recently arrested while he was engaged in a First Amendment protected activity. He was charged with interfering though and not trespassing. So, and then the second bit of house cleaning is this. If you guys have not heard of this group, these folks, this entity called Auditors United, you're about to find out about them. You're about to find out about Auditors United in a very big way. Auditors United has created a way for you to be able to file litigation against the government. And the very beginning steps of setting up your lawsuit. I would love to be able to take any credit for this, but I can't. I can only be a conduit, a mouthpiece for Auditors United. If you guys, you never heard of them before because they're a covert, quiet, anonymous group that doesn't want to be known. I have the permission to give the name Auditors United. If you've never heard of them before, you're about to find out. This entity has put together a structure for you to have a step-by-step tutorial in filing your lawsuit. It's incredible what Auditors United has done. Okay, so I'll introduce you to them very, very soon. I have to make a couple videos showing the process of what these guys have created, and then I'll share it with you guys. So now in the comment section of the video that I just posted, I have received, let me turn the car off. I have received just dozens and dozens, and only one person who, that I shared research with, he got it exactly correct in the comment section. But let me read this for all y'all out there who say, oh, Chille's dumb, he's a big dunce cap. Okay, I'm a great big dunce cap. You guys can look this up and you tell me if I'm incorrect. Again, shout out to Auditors United, a group of folks, an entity that I'm working with, that I'm proud to be a part of. These guys are putting together some good stuff for the people, incredible stuff for the people. Wait till you see what we have coming out. It's incredible, incredible. So with Charlie, sorry about that. Okay, is it like that? Charlie distracted me. Charlie with the bow tie, so cute, so amazing. Charlie little bear. Okay. So now let me read this to you guys so that I can get this out crystal clear. I really wish I had brought something, but I'm just annoyed with the comments. I'm annoyed with people who don't take the time to do the research. So let me just read this. If it's, come on, baby, come on. Oh, there you go. Okay, so let me read this for you guys. Now, if you are a First Amendment auditor, or you are someone who's filming police in a parking lot somewhere, and the police try to solicit a trespass against you, it's illegal. Let me read exactly what we have written down here to share with you guys. So all of you dunce caps, I'm so sorry, Charlie. Sorry, baby. All you dunce caps in the comments, it's illegal for cops to solicit a trespass against you while you're engaged in a First Amendment protected activity. It is not legal for police to solicit a trespass of someone engaged in a federally protected activities. The First Amendment of the United States Constitution guarantees the right to freedom of speech, religion, press, assembly, and the right to petition the government for redress of grievances. These rights are protected by federal government, and police are bound by the Constitution to uphold these rights. Police officers are prohibited from using their authority to interfere with or inhibit a person's exercise of their First Amendment rights. This means that police officers cannot use their authority to encourage or solicit someone to commit a trespass against someone engaged in a federally protected activity such as peaceful protest or picketing. It's also important to note that police officers have a duty to protect and maintain public safety while also ensuring that individuals' rights are respected. Police officers should not use their authority to silence or discourage free speech or peaceful assembly, and they should not act to interfere with or inhibit these activities unless there is a clear and immediate threat to public safety. In the event that a police officer is found to have solicited a trespass against someone in a federally protected activity, they may be subject to disciplinary action and may also be held liable for any damages caused by the trespass. It's also worth noting that the individual who committed the trespass may also be held liable for any damages caused by their actions. Deprivation of rights under the color of law, violation U.S. Code 18242, which makes it a federal crime for any person acting under the color of law to willfully deprive an individual of their constitutional rights. Section 1983 of the United States Code is a federal statute that allows individuals to sue for damages when their constitutional rights have been violated by a person acting under the color of law. It would be legal for a police officer, it would be legal for a police officer to solicit a trespass when engaging in protected activities. It would not be legal, forgive me guys, it would not be legal for a police officer to solicit a trespass when engaging in protected activities, as this would be a violation of the individual's constitutional rights under the First Amendment, which protects the rights of freedom of speech and assembly. Additionally, the officer would be acting under the color of law and would be in violation of U.S. Code 18, Section 242 and 1983. In total. So now that's constitutional law scholar 101 right there. Cops cannot violate your constitutional rights to be press and solicit a trespass against you. I know this to be factual. Now, I'm a little rough around the edges and I'm pretty hardcore. So when I'm in the moment like that at the gas station, when that copper was annoying me, clearly you can see that I'm so bewilderedly mad and upset that this tyrant doesn't know the law, that I'm losing my, I'm literally just going, that's illegal, honey, that's illegal, you know? And people are commenting on the video and saying it's not illegal to solicit a trespass. Clearly it's illegal. And so, you know, okay. This is the reason why, hang on one second. So I clearly read it, so everybody knows it. It's plain as day. It's obvious as, you know, since I'm on here, I might as well go ahead and read you the other one. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so let me, now also, here's the other one. It's perfectly legal for you to film in courts. You are allowed to film your court case, and I'm going to give you a bunch of court cases right now that you can look up if you want to film your court case. Here's the legality of you being able to film your court case. Richmond Newspaper Incorporated versus Virginia, 1980. In Richmond Newspaper versus Virginia, the Supreme Court held that the Sixth Amendment right to a public trial applies to criminal trials, and that the press and public have a First Amendment right to access criminal trials. Globe Newspaper versus Superior Court, 1982. In Globe Newspaper versus Superior Court, the court held that the First Amendment guarantees the press and public access to the pretrial proceedings of criminal cases. Press Enterprise Company versus Superior Court, 1984. In Press Enterprises versus Superior Court, 1984, the court held that the First Amendment guarantees the press and public a right to access to preliminary hearings in a criminal case. Brazenberg versus Hayes, 1972. The Supreme Court held that the First Amendment does not give journalists a right to refuse to testify before a grand jury regarding criminal conduct they observed while gathering news. These cases indicate that the First Amendment does give rights to access to the press and public to criminal proceedings and information, but it does not apply to crime scenes. So, I mean, if you want, you can go into great detail of the case of Richmond Newspaper versus Virginia, where the Supreme Court ruled that the Sixth Amendment right to a public trial applies to the press and to the public. The case arose around the court in Richmond, Virginia, ordered the courtroom closed during the trial of two individuals charged with murder, and prohibited the press from publishing any information about the trial. The press company, Richmond Newspaper Incorporated, challenged the closure, arguing that it violated the First and Sixth Amendment to the United States Constitution. The Supreme Court agreed with Richmond Newspaper Incorporated and held that the closure of the trial was unconstitutional. The court found that the Sixth Amendment guarantees the accused the right to a public trial, and that this right applies not only to the accused, but also to the press and to the public. The court also recognized that the First Amendment guarantees the press and the public the right to attend and report on criminal trials, as well as the right to receive information about criminal trials. The court held that the closure of a criminal trial to the public is only permissible if it's essential to preserve higher value and is narrowly tailored to service that interest. In this case, the court found that the trial court did not provide any evidence to support its decision to close the trial, and therefore the closure was not narrowly tailored and therefore unconstitutional. This decision reaffirmed the principle that a public trial is a fundamental right which is essential to the functioning of an open and democratic society. In the case of Richmond Newspaper versus Virginia, the Supreme Court ruled that the Sixth Amendment right to a public trial applies to the press and to the public. The case of Globe Newspaper versus Superior Court arose when the Superior Court of Massachusetts ordered the press to turn over their unaired footage of an altercation between police and a group of teenagers. Globe Newspaper versus Superior Court. When the Superior Court of Massachusetts ordered the press to turn over their unaired footage of an altercation between police and a group of teenagers, which they had filmed while covering the event. The Press Globe Newspaper Company argued that the order violated the First and 14th Amendments of the Constitution. The Supreme Court of the United States agreed with Globe Newspaper and held that the order to turn over the footage was unconstitutional. The court found that the First Amendment guarantees the press the right to gather and report news, and that this right extends to the use of cameras to film events in public places. Listen to what this is saying here. The court also held that the 14th Amendment guarantees this right cannot be abridged by state action unless the state can demonstrate a compelling interest in doing so, and the order is narrowly tailored to service that interest. all this time you couldn't bring your camera in the courtroom. Here's the actual legal precedent for you to be able to film in the courtroom. Here's the actual legal precedent. You can hold the court accountable using these particular cases that I'm telling you now. In this case, the court found that the Superior Court did not provide any evidence to support its decision to order the press to turn the footage over to the court, and that the order was not narrowly tailored to service a compelling interest. Therefore, the court held that the order was unconstitutional and that the press had the right to protect their unaired footage under the First and 14th Amendment. This decision reinforced the principle that the press had a protected right to gather and report news and that it is protected under the Constitution. You can film in any courtroom you want. So the court case you want to cite is going to be the case of Globe newspaper versus Superior Court. And the other case you want to cite, if you want to film in the courtroom, is Richmond Newspaper Incorporated versus Virginia. So in both of those cases, you have Brasenberg versus Hayes, 1972. You have Press Enterprise Company versus Superior Court, 1984. I read those other two. So there it is right there. So, okay, I got to go. I got to go back to work. I'm doing something. I'm building the studio for Constitutional Law Scholar. I got to get this done. I want to teach you guys really where your rights come from. And that is what a constitutional law scholar is. Someone who can quote and cite and be able to recall without even thinking about where your rights, and this is where people get mad at me, but it's true. The Enlightenment thinkers, John Locke, Rousseau, Montesquieu, most of the Enlightenment thinkers said that your rights came from God. Now, I'm not a huge religious person, but the point is that is where the origins of our Constitution. Our founding fathers are recognizing the Enlightenment thinkers and their philosophies that you have unalienable rights that you're born with that are given to you by God. So that's where that comes from. That's why when you guys hear me talking about God, it's because that's where it comes from. That's where our Constitution is based on. I mean, if you don't understand how religious the world has been for centuries and centuries and centuries, and that this has really have been the only time of religious freedom in the history of the world, the last 100 years, then you don't really understand history. And so that's why I'm going to teach it, so I can teach you, and you'll learn. And you'll be like, wow, I learned something I didn't know before. Cool, that's why I'm going to teach Constitutional Law Scholar. Listen, all right, I got to get the flock out of here. So for all of the dunce caps who go into my comment section, this is a call to the Delete Lawz Army. You go to the dunce caps in the comment section of the video I just posted, and let me tag a comment. Let me tag a comment. I'm going to pin a comment at the top. And this is the analysis that I just read. So let me find this comment, and I'm going to tag it at the top. Take me 2 seconds here. You guys will see, I'll just pin the comment at the top when I'm not on air, because I got to get the flock out of here. I got to get back to work. I get back to what I'm doing right now. I gots to go. Homeboy! You likes to party. You looking at me? Are you looking at me, Charlie? Charlie. All right. Shout outs to my friends. What is going on? I'm sorry. I'm not looking at any comments. Absolutely love you guys. Thank you guys for coming. All the moderators. God, you guys are. Go to the dang comment section. Go to the dang comment section and let me pin this. Where is that comment? There's so many comments on this, and I want you guys to go correct these dunce caps. It's super, super annoying to me. It's just like, all you have to do is do a tiny, tiny bit of research, and you just get to see that it's just there it is right there. Boom. I'm going to pin this comment right here at the top. That's the synopsis that I just read for you guys. Pinned comment. There it is. So please go to the pinned comment on this video right there. Right here. on this video, go read that pinned comment, and that's the information that I just read. Right there. It's right there. Boom. What's up, Playboy? What's up, Playboy? What's up, Playboy? LA Spike. Yo, Spike, you got to send me an email. I got to get you on a phone call. I got to get you on a phone. Kizzle, LA Spike, I need to talk to you. Jonathan Mitchell Music, what's up? Shoot me an email, LA Spike, so I can call you on the telephono. That'd be great. Would love to talk to you today if you got a second, Spike. John, what's going on? Is that Jonathan Mitchell Music? Was that JMM in the house? JMM, Jeremy, what's going on? Gloria, how are you? LA Spike, as I just shouted out a second ago, your confidence is poquito. Your confidence is poquito. Your confidence is... You could do that in almost every single genre, right? You could do that in rock. Your confidence is poquito. You know, your confidence is poquito. You know, I can't sing pop, but you know, you could probably do that in every different one. Shock Professor, what is going on? What's up, Gloria? Troll Hunter, what's up, my friend? Jeff hates pigs. Jeff hates pigs. Todd's in here. Do we have Cope Dog? Well, he's not getting notifications. So, yeah, for some reason, notifications are not going out. John, what's going on? Deanna, Press with Rancor. What's up, Press with Rancor? What's going on? Playboy, KT. What is going on, KT? It's time. Good to see you. What is going on? What's going on? All right, listen, I've got to get back to work. You guys want me to build out constitutional law scholar or not? That's why I'm busy. I got to go. Listen, absolutely love you guys. I didn't see a V-Boyer, but I think, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's doing what they're doing. Everybody's got their own lives, and this one's mine. So I'm living it. So now, do you guys do me a favor? Please go to the pinned comment, copy that pinned comment, and paste it to the dunce caps in the comment section saying it is not illegal for a cop to solicit a trespass against you when you're being a member of the press. It is certainly a federal crime. Coppers, auditors, everybody needs to be aware. Every auditor in America should copy and paste that blurb that is the pinned comment in the top of this video. Every auditor in America should have that memorized. If they go to solicit a trespass against you, every auditor in America should be able to go, bloop, there it is. I'm just having a good time. I got to get the flock out of here. All right, love you guys. See you guys on the next one. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. Later, Gators.